Dive back into the state of the China EV market with our next guest, Anthony Sassine, CFA, Senior Investment Strategies, Crane Shares. Anthony, thanks so much for joining us this morning. All right, we got new results from Xpeng this morning. It did beat expectations. It reported a loss of, if you adjust to dollars, 10 cents a share. Sales topping $2 billion. Both numbers better than expected. The stock is a little under pressure in the pre-market, but I wonder if that's a, kind of sell the news event given how strong it's performed this year. What's your reaction to their latest results?
Yeah, well, the stock is up 100+% here to date, and the earnings are in line of expectations, slightly beating, narrower loss, higher revenues, and the momentum for Xpeng continues, but the stock price has gone up quite a bit this year.
Do you kind of peg that to how the competitive landscape has been shifting? It seems to be really in favor of the Chinese EV makers this year.
Yeah, I mean, the Chinese EV makers got an arm in the shot, if you want, in the third quarter of last year with the trade-in programs, which really helped stimulate demand and help these companies deliver higher sales revenues. And also these companies have been working diligently on lowering cost and improving their technologies. With regards to Xpeng, they've had multiple successful launches with the G6 and then most recently with the MO3 or the Mona and the P7 Plus, which have been seeing a lot of good traction with consumer topping 30,000 units already. So all these are really helping Xpeng cement itself as a leader today in EVs in China alongside BYD, and also a leader in AI, which consumers like that very much.
I'm glad you brought up BYD because you saw BYD shares gain ground, rally to a record after their announcement that they have this new supercharging technology that you can essentially charge in 5 minutes. That does feel like a game changer. It really feels like they're coming for Tesla in a greater way. What's your thought on that?
Sure is. Look, BYD is your steady Eddy in the Chinese EV industry. It's been, steadily increasing in price and growing in sales for the past 3 years, very consistently with its new models and new technology and its focus on batteries. And today we got another great news for consumers and EV buyers, whether in China or globally. Today you can, with the Han and the Tang, the upcoming ones, which do not cost more than $40,000. It's actually less. You can add close to 400 kilometers in 5 minutes, and this is twice the next one with Xiaomi, which is close to 200 plus. So this is great news. This is very comparable to you pulling up into a gas station and filling up your gas tank. That's how much you get, in 5 minutes, 250 to 300 miles or 400 kilometers. So this is great news and another great achievement for BYD, and the story continues.
Do you think this moves the needle on widening global EV adoption? Because we had seen last year not the pace of EV adoption that we expected to see, and one of the ideas had been there was just not enough charging technology, or especially the fast charging technology, the superchargers. Do you think this changes that?
Absolutely helps. I mean, if you look at the consumer surveys for buying EVs, one of the main concern is range and how long does it take to fill up the battery. And this certainly helps, especially in areas and countries that do not have sophisticated charging infrastructures, where now with 5 minutes you can add an extra 250 miles. So this is certainly helpful, and it brings really EVs closer to gas powered cars in terms of charging.
And let me ask you, I just wanted to get you a quick thought from you, Anthony, on Tesla as it relates to China. It's lost some market share. Part of that has been the pricing pressure over there. You just talked about the pricing wars we've been seeing with the Chinese EV maker. What does Tesla need to do to change the story there?
No, exactly. It should take a page off Xpeng's, journey. Xpeng focused on launching a cheaper car, the Mona, which cost close to $17,000, and it's very compatible with the Model 3, and it's half the price. And this is what Tesla has failed to do over the past 2 years. I think it's a mix of misguided strategic initiatives from the management, focusing on a Cybertruck and ignoring the cheaper EV, which is now putting them at a big disadvantage versus other competitors who actually were able to come up with a cheaper EV. So Tesla needs to come up with a cheaper EV, and also the news around its CEO has been negative in general in Europe, in California. That's another aspect that is impacting the stock.
All right, Anthony, thank you so much for your insight on the state of the EV market with a focus on China's EV makers. Anthony Sassine, Crane Shares, appreciate your time.